Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgie Man, and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Mashle, Magic and Muscles Season 2, Episode 11. So, why did I think about this week's episode? Just for starters, if you're wondering why is my lighting like this, and what does it look like? What did I shave? Why do I look like 15 years younger? So I went to a con today, Anime Las Vegas, and it was great. It was a fun con, but I'm extremely tired and I was very, very busy. So I didn't have enough time to set up all this and like the lights and make it all fancy looking. And I was just too tired to shoot it there. It was a very hectic, busy day. Hence why this upload is being, uploaded on Sunday instead of Saturday. So just full transparency on that. But I still wanted to make a review on the episode because I really enjoyed the episode. So yeah. Now, before I go any farther with this episode review, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my anime and manga, as well as all my martial magic and muscles content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really, really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into the week's episode. So this week's episode starts out where we left out, which is Mash fighting. He gets in the middle of Wahlberg versus Innocent Zero. And we see pretty much that Mash is like floating in the air by kicking. It's insane. My man Mash just defying the laws of physics and why not. But pretty much as all that is happening, we see that pretty much Innocent Zero is like, yeah, I'm not gonna let Joel escape, and we see that he's gonna attack like Wahlberg and him, and Mash is like saves him out of the way. However, we find out that Innocent Zero has an ability where he can steal someone's like magic spells or whatever. So he steals Wahlberg's like magic spell. So now he's able to use, that space like magic that Wahlberg was using in last week's episode. So now that's not good news at all. And Wahlberg's like magic is depleting tremendously. So Wahlberg's in a tough predicament. And I'm sorry as if the angle keeps moving, it's just my arm's tired. My entire body's tired. That's why I'm like, So yeah, it's a little wild review. Nothing as usual, very unconventional, but I still wanted to put this content for you guys because I care about you guys. So, back to the episode. We see pretty much, the Innocent Zero is like, yeah, I have all this power, and then he unleashes this power on Mash, and they dodge it, but they're like, whoa, like even Wahlberg's like taken back. It's like, this guy's like, he was able to use my ability to this extent. That's insane. And we see that he's able to do that, but at what cost? And the cost is that his body is literally tearing him apart. Like you see, he like Innocent Zero kind of like messed up, and to the point where pretty much Wahlberg is like, there's no way someone can have that much power and be fine with it. And we see that, yeah, he's absolutely right. The reason he wants Mash so badly is because he wants this power that is pretty much the whole immortality spell that he wants, having Mash be one of the sacrifices. And I'm guessing his game plan is to have this enough body, this powerful body, mortal body, that will be able to withstand all this magic, and that's his game plan. Eventually he tells Mash like, all right, I'll get to you sometime, but not right now, because I got stuff to do. But he's like, as a parting gift, I'll tell you what, I'll do you a solid. I'll drop off this thing that there's no way that anybody can beat with brute force. And we see pretty much all the monsters that were in the stadium, that the Divine Visionaries and Lance and Dog were fighting, and you see that they all kind of like get sucked up and eventually becomes this big creature, and this big creature is like enormous. It's like bigger than the stadium. And Lance and the rest of the crew, they're freaking out because they're like, this thing is huge. And as they proceed to attack, we see that pretty much no magic is affecting this thing, and you're like, oh no, this is terrible, which it is. We see pretty much that everybody's just trying to like find a way to defeat this thing, and then there's chaos because now there are people like, oh, we're gonna get crushed. And while all that is happening, we see that pretty much as they're trying to escape, you see that the doors are sealed, and it's all because of Innocent Zero's doing. And now at this point, like the students are freaking out because they're like, oh, we're gonna die. And by the way, all the students became unfrozen because Innocent Zero, when he left, like his spell disappeared. So you see people like Abel, Love Cute, and Abyss, they're all fine. And the rest, like, Lemon is there, she's freaking out too. And we see that the students are freaking out because they're like, how are we gonna escape this? It's like, this is bad. And I don't know where the big monster stops, and we're like, well, why did it stop? And the reason it stopped is because Mash is having a tug of war battle with this thing, and it's insane. Like when I saw that, I was like, Mash is just built different. And the cool part about this tug of war is that the school students are like, talking crap about Mash. It's like, what is this guy even trying to do? Like this guy is like trying to like he has no magic. He has no place to be one of the top tier students or whatever. Like screw this guy. But as they start realizing like the predicament, they're like, yeah, let's cheer for this guy. And then they eventually, Mash is able to win over after everybody pretty much looking at Mash, like the extent that he's willing to sacrifice, because you see his hands all bloody. He's fighting single-handedly this crazy powerful thing, and you can't help but to respect that. And eventually the students start cheering for Mash, and it was a great moment. It reminded me a lot of like for anybody that's seen Naruto. I don't know if you guys the people that have seen Naruto, when pretty much Naruto, I'm gonna go full spoilers, when Naruto defeats Pain, and the whole village acknowledges Naruto for, finally, and they start like cheering him on and whatnot. This gave me those, like, that kind of feeling where pretty much, everybody starts cheering for Mash and they get behind Mash. So that was a really cool moment, and it was a lot of fun. And pretty much the episode ends where Mash like lifts this monster thing and he starts spinning it around and just like sends it flying, which was fantastic. Like I love that. And pretty much after that, we see the Finn, like he was the last person to like cheer Mash, which eventually gave Mash the edge and was able to defeat that thing. But throughout it all, we see that pretty much Lemon, she's very happy to see her mans. She's been frozen this whole time, so she's very happy to see Mash, and she's trying to like go for the kiss. And my man, I'm sorry, Mash, he don't simp unless you're a cream puff. He ain't gonna simp on you. And we see that pretty much Mash just proceeds to eat these cream puffs, and typical Mash, typical fashion, he just ignores Lemon, and it's funny. It's a funny little gag. And finally, how we end the episode is that Wahlberg, we see that he's bedridden. Like he looks pretty messed up. I mean, he did take some grave injuries. I mean, he lost like, I think, a leg as well as an arm. I know an arm for sure, but yeah, Wahlberg's in tough shape, and he pretty much like tells like it wouldn't like the audience like, hey, listen, it's gonna be up to Mash now. Like I'm out of commission. Like it's up to him to protect the noblesse oblige. The whole idea of like the strong protect the weak. It's up to him now. And it's up to him to change like the world of wizards and as a whole, because and it shows that he has, because the way that he's affected even the students' hearts, where they're able to like change their perspective on somebody that doesn't have a mark. That's big news. And that's how the episode ends, with that note. And one thing I want to note is that I think the next week's episode is the last one. I could be wrong. I think for sure it's the last one. Because episode 12, I think cores, like how they separate these seasons, are usually like 12 episodes. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then we might have one after that, but I would say pretty confidently that this season is better than season 1. And I really enjoyed season 1, but I think that this season was definitely a step up. And I'm enjoying this season. I enjoyed the entirety of this season very much. Like I think this is a really good show and gets me a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. And like I said earlier, I was kind of like a little bummed down that I had to wait till the con to watch the episode, because it was a very busy day, guys. And yeah, tomorrow it's also gonna be a busy day, because it's the second day of con. It's gonna be a Sunday, so yeah, very busy. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I took a lot of sacrifices, shaved my beard. I know, one of the top 10 saddest anime moments of all time, right? But it's because I did a cosplay on, and if you guys were wondering who, Lelouch from Code Geass, so that's why I needed to be clean shaved. Lelouch don't got no beard, so it makes no sense. But yeah, enough. Like, this is the most laid back video you'll probably see on my channel. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's episode of Mashle? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Mashle, Magic and Muscles, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.